Greetings YouTube, it's time for Scooby-Doo Travels. Today I'll be reviewing an excursion we took to Xplor Adventure Park, which is near Playa del Carmen, Mexico. The intent of this video is to help you decide if this park's right for you. There are 4 types of activities to do. They have 2 courses of zip lines, an underground swim cave, an underground river raft course, 2 off-road vehicle courses. Go to Xplor's website for more accurate information. I bought tickets online through Expedia prior to our trip. I tried to find a better deal online, but after a couple hours of searching, I gave up. Booking tickets online is a bit cheaper than buying at the park, but it's a little bit dangerous in that you have to pick a specific date. And if you run into bad weather on that date, it could ruin your day. We waited until just before we traveled, picked a day based on the forecast, and it worked out for us. Speaking of saving money, whether you book online or at the resort or elsewhere, you'll be offered an option to include transportation. Adding travel for us from the resort we were going from in the Riviera Maya area was $30 round trip per person. And that was the same across all the websites that I checked. If you don't know what it costs to get to and from the park, then you don't know if $30 is too much, and you might be tempted to buy it. In the past, I've paid to include travel on previous trips to Xplor and the nearby Xcorrect Park.
Ooh, you suck!
But that was a bit disappointing. We were picked up in a giant bus. Pickup times and drop-off times were dictated to us, and that damn huge bus stopped at other resorts on the way and picked up other people. We just spent a lot of extra time riding around in a big bus, and that's not my idea of fun. So this time I decided to take a taxi. When we got to the resort, we found it was a few bucks less than $30 to get us there, and there was 3 of us. And I assumed it would be the same on the return, but it was mostly true. So getting 3 people to and from the park was only $60 instead of $90. And we didn't have to ride in that big bus. To get a taxi after you're ready to leave the park, head out of the park, flag down a taxi in the parking lot, and he will direct you across the other side of the parking lot where you're going to find a big giant board with fixed prices that show you how much it'll cost you to get to each resort. The taxi boss will be there, and he'll radio a taxi for you, and you'll be on your way very soon. So let's talk about the park itself. The one-day admission includes all activities mentioned before, as well as lunch and drinks. A locker will be included as well, and you'll want to get to that locker right away to store all your extra gear. On your way to the locker, you're going to run across someone who wants to inspect your bags, and they will confiscate unacceptable sunscreen. And I don't really know what's acceptable and what's not. And you can get your sunscreen back at the end of the day, but you have to remember where you left it. And when we walked out, the kiosk was unmanned, and I thought surely all of the sunscreen isn't left back there. But sure enough, my son started digging around back there, and all of the sunscreen was back there. We picked ours out, and we're on our way. So I've rambled a lot, but I haven't talked about safety. And I have to mention this. The staff was extremely professional. Listen to them. If you aren't listening to them, they will be a little more forceful with direction because they are connected to you when you get on the platform, and they don't want to be yanked off that platform any more than you want to fall off of it. So don't get mad at them for doing their job. Listen to them and be polite. Also, all the traverses are double-hung lines, and I didn't have to slow myself down before hitting the platforms like some zip lines I've been on. The staff and the equipment made me feel safe. With that said, you will have to sign the waiver. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Comment below if you want. Scooby-Doo out.